Levels, test. Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what were you doing over in Australia then?
I went over for a gig in Sydney and Melbourne.
Was it what, a festival or just a...
No, well, it was called a festival, but it was inside a club called Home. Remember the Home that used to be in London? Home nightclub. Yeah. It's the same. I don't know if it's anything to do, but it's the same. I think it originally was, but it's the same name now because Home's still not. It's not there anymore. But.
Are you doing any festivals in this country, or do you?
I'm doing the one in Wales. I think it's called Number 9, which is a sort of little one. They have a good lineup. I think I've got. I've done one already actually in Amsterdam, Lovelands.
You prefer doing those big things, or do you prefer intimate, sweaty clubs?
I don't mind really. My fingers sweaty clubs is where I come from really. I think. I mean, I find the sweaty clubs a bit irritating now, a bit sweaty, a bit hot for me when I got a bit older.
Yeah. I think I've got about a year on you. I was 65. You were born
I come out looking older and that.
Yeah.
You know. You're 65?
I was born in 1965. Where was you brought up, Terry?
I brought up at Leatherhead, Junction 9 on the M25. That's what most people know because they've been stuck on it outside it before.
So you're just inside the M25?
Just outside it is actually. Great place to grow up, country, running around, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you get influenced? Because when we were growing up, DJs were literally spinning disc jockeys, weren't they?
Yeah, well, glorified jukeboxes. Yeah. When I was my mate come round playing me some records, a guy called Julian Kirby. I'd heard some bits and pieces before. I was into the funk and the sort of street funk, Aleem and a bit of sort of like change and that sort of stuff, old funk, 80s stuff. And he played, and I really liked it because it had that soulfulness to it. And then there was like this old rockers bar called, I can't remember what it's called now. What was it called? It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll think of it in a minute. And these go and buy some puff over the wall for the rockers. You know, a bit of a rough old little place, typical sort of town rocker sort of bar. You know. The basements, and someone took it over, and they asked me to do some music and got swore at the first couple of weeks by the rockers, and they was all snorting Hamel nitrate and
did you start off with the old Technic 1210s then?
No, I had some little Technics like the roll pitch control with a belt driven, you know.
Can you remember when you first got? Because I tried to mix once.
Yeah.
And I just could not get.
I didn't know when I first got my decks. I didn't know what the pitch controls were for.
Yeah.
I just used to blend them in, and then all of a sudden just worked it out that you can adjust the speeds. That means you have to adjust the beats, and I didn't have a clue really. I was a bit green with it, but I just really liked music. I was getting into the house in the acid house, early stuff, track stuff.
Are you pretty good self-promotionist? Because it was '97, wasn't it? You got that best.
Yeah, not really. No, I mean there wasn't really any. There wasn't Facebook around then, was there, or nothing like that? You know, no internet.
Did it change when you?
Yeah, definitely. There's a guy from Music Magazine called Ben Turner, and saw him a few years ago. Said thanks to him and that because he really gave me a kick up the arse for me in his career.
Was a turning point?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was doing a lot of underground. We was doing our own Party Wiggle, which we've been doing for 20 years still. That was going on. I was getting work on the South Coast. He was really into what I'd done, and I got that award. And I mean, it wasn't really a newcomer because a guy called Derek Carter won it the night day before.
Derek Carter. Yeah, when I worked at Corsica Studios, I picked him up from the airport.
Oh right.
It was a massive big thing for Corsica Studios.
He's a really lovely bloke. Yeah, he's a really nice big bloke, black fella. From Chicago.
I picked him up from Heathrow and he played at Corsica Studios.
Yeah, he won it the year before me, and he wasn't exactly new. Same thing really. He was doing stuff around his hometown and that, you know, and he's so. It's sort of known, but not worldwide. So that sort of took it to another audience, really, because it's a massive magazine. It went worldwide, and everyone read it, really, in the scene, you know. Yeah. So it was a big kick, you know, and I was really grateful. Opened up doors, you know.
How did you start with the association with Fabric? Was that
I was just
contact,
I was in the club in the Rhythm Factory, I think. No, it's behind Heaven. I can't remember what that was now. Shaftesbury's or something. I can't remember now. I can't remember. I was playing in there, I think on this Thursday night, and a bloke just come alongside me, started sort of saying, I'm going to open this club, and you've heard it all before, you know.
So right at the start then?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's found a place and that, and it's all going ahead, but it was the first time he'd spoken to me. Is it going on still? You're right?
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah, it will be.
All of a sudden, he just blokes beside me and skinned up a joint and passed them to me, and it wasn't meant to skin up in the pub. I quite like him. I like him. And can't say he kicked me out, I suppose. You know, there was no one there anyway, and done bouncers. You know. But he just started telling me he was doing his club. I sort of heard it all before, but it was something a bit different about him. It was something believable. He's a bit older and he's a bit like, seemed like a really nice guy, being really straight, not like showing off. I'm going to open the club, I'm going to do a night, And then a year later, it must have been, he phoned me up with a girl called Nikki Smith. She come and met me, and still friends with her now. She's great, one of my best friends actually. And they took me down there, and it's amazing. It's like it was an old meat storage place, and for the market, just like big sort of ice churning machines with meat that were hanging up. And I didn't see the meat, but the machines were in there, and it was a state, and he had division. He sort of knocked all the walls down, and
it sounds just did to get in there.
First of all, I can't remember. They got something else. No, they got something. Then they got Martin Audio in now, and it just suits the place. They got speakers under the floor as well, like bass.
I've never been.
I'll
have to come down one night.
Come one night, yeah. It's got like bass receivers under the floor, or bass, something they're called, bass transformers, and so you feel it through your feet, the bass through your feet, and you can actually sort of. I read an article on Keith saying when the first saw it was all a bit loved up, you used to get girls sitting on it, and it was like the world's biggest vibrator.
That's like a washing machine thing. No one won't quite.
And Keith was really cool though, because there's other clubs opening up around the corner. There's Paul Oakenfield and one of the other.
What year was this? What year we're talking about?
This was 2 years. They opened 2 months before Fabric, so it was 99 or 2000. I can't remember. It's 2000.
Yeah. 98. I moved to London in 98. So it was around about. It was a massive thing at the time.
And they were sort of like they had the massive DJs like Paul Oakenfield and some other guy. I can't remember who it was, and they gave me the residence. And it was like and Keith chose us because of our music, and people were like, "Who the fuck are they? You're never going to work," and and it's never that whole content thing, and it's still there. So the thing with them, they don't follow fashions. They just play good music. They don't try and fit in and play fashions.
How do you keep on top of? Have you got a particular records job? You going out?
Not anymore. No, not anymore. I mean, I used to work at Swag Records in Croydon, and they were probably one of the best record shops for my style of music, tech house. That I was or house really, but I was playing that time. It was house with sort of a bit more acidy influences, a bit more techno influences. But they shut down, but they were really good. And you just go in there as a social, go and have a pint, have a beer, and they knew they sort of had some tunes. Now it's just on the computer downloading stuff and sent really. It's a bit boring really. Yeah, so I sort of don't look forward to doing that, and I sort of do it sort of once a month. So.
Yeah, but you've got to do it.
Yeah, it's a bit boring, soul destroying. So I'd just bring it down the pub and do it.
But how much do you still love? Because your missus was saying you still like getting in there and doing a bit of a mix.
Yeah. I was making music again now, like the track.
I've not even touched on your albums.
No.
How's that going?
It's alright. I didn't do it for a while. Just wasn't in the mood really. I had to sort of marry.
You produced the whole thing yourself?
I pretty much. I've done everything. The only thing I've done is mastered it really. I went through a couple of dodgy split ups and that. Just probably my fault just as much as anything. It's like caning it, and splitting relationships. It's a bit of a curse this job sometimes because you.
That's what happened to me when I was managing that. Managing the bar at the
Hello, Hans. Yeah, I'll get it in a minute. What's it wanting?
Test one more. So for the foreseeable future, though, you can see Fabric going on, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it's getting a bit of trouble now with the authorities getting a bit clamping down on it a bit. Silliness, really. Just over what don't want some sniffer dogs, and you don't get sniffer dog behaviour. Everyone don't get sniffer dog when you go to an airport. It's fucking ridiculous. No. It's like it's against your liberties, and they're in the court at the moment about it. And I think they might. Hopefully they win it. And
so they want to get sniffer dogs outside the club before you
go bollocks, isn't it? Guess them on some bad sinuses or something.
Do you think our clubs? Are the same as is it Heyday still, or are they going down?
I mean, as in like people nutted and out their heads, it's much more sensible now. It's fucking debaucherous and everyone dribbling in the corners and everyone's fucked out of nut. No one was drinking, everyone was drinking water. It was fucked, Now it's kept for a little while, that's just say faded out. Thank God, because everyone's fucking falling around.
What age group are you getting? What would you say?
My daughter's age, some of it I suppose she's 20. But you still get people coming up to my age coming there. But it just goes different stages, and it's still really strong. It's really strong.
Anything like me, if I go to a club, I want to be able to get in there. I want to know somebody, get walked in,
tucked away in the corner, get a free drink. Well, if you come to Fabric, mate, I'll sort it out for you.
I can do that at Corsica, because I used to work
there. Get you a little stool.
Yeah, mate. I need a Zimmer frame.
Well, we're the same age, so.
Well, yeah, I turned 50. You've got it next year.
We can lean on each other.
You got it next year, have you? We won't do it.